Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Sean coming at you from High Level. So today I have a really awesome, exciting announcement. So before we get started, one thing I wanted to let you know is it's in labs, and we always do this in order to give people a chance to preview the feature and see it and all that good stuff before they dive in. So quick reminder there, in a sub account, we're gonna go over to settings, and then inside settings, there's a lab section. And then we're going to scroll down. Now, obviously, check out all the other things in the lab section in case you may have missed them. But we scroll down here and look at this. Recurring appointments on the calendar. Yeah! So this is amazing. For those who've been waiting, congratulations, today's your day. There's a lot of detail in here that you can look at. There's also a link to the help docs as well that are in ClickUp that are kind of like our labs help docs. That'll give you sort of a good way to get started. But the idea here is really simple. If you want to have appointments that recur, you can now do that in the calendar. So let's take a look at how this all works. So if we go over to the help doc real quick, and then let me see here. So we go to settings. Oh, actually we go settings, I think. And then we go over to calendars. And then if we look at the doc, which is the same doc that I linked to before, you can see here, how do we set this up? So first, select a calendar type. So we're gonna go in here, hit create calendar, and now we're gonna do a round robin booking, right? And you can see that. And then you could say, you could select your calendar group. So this is the group. So you're like, oh, wait, hold on, wait a second. What are groups, right? So groups are any of the groups over here. Obviously groups can have one person in them, 0 people in them, all that stuff. Very, very simple. And then once you do that, what you're gonna see down at the bottom here, let's click on this. You're gonna see recurring appointments. Now, when you turn that on, once you get that toggled, right, you're gonna see these options. So when do you want this event to recur? Do you want it to be daily, etc.? If slots are not available, what do you want to do? Appointment status for overlapping slots, what do you want to do? So there's a lot of detail here to kind of walk through, right? And so you can see like, what is the if slots are not available setting, right? This basically means if there's another appointment or event already booked in the intended slot, then the user has the following options. Either double book it, right? Skip it. That means it'll skip only that one, right? That are available and ignore the rest. So that like if you have a dentist appointment, right? You could choose to like say, oh, you know what? Skip that and move on, or book the next available. That simply means that to book the recurrence irrespective of how far out in the future, the calendar needs to scout for available slots. It says it only checks 3 ahead. So anyways, you can sort of read through all of that. And then of course, the other thing, and I'm gonna hear that goes along with this, of course, is a workflow trigger, right? Because remember, there's 2 types of events now. There's the normal, AKA one-time event, and then there's also the recurring event. So inside the workflows now, you have the capacity to go in and actually trigger off of the recurring events specifically. So, you know, we can see this here. We added a new filter type in the appointment trigger so that you can control triggers that can fire for types of appointments. So the idea is, you know, you may not want to have it trigger for, you know, you want it to trigger for recurring appointments specifically. Now you can do that. So go through here and read through this. And this is why we put it in labs, give you a chance to kind of experiment with it. I highly recommend doing this for yourself first and foremost before you do it. And again, take time, read the docs. We put them together to really try to help you kind of understand this. Now, all of this is very much modeled after other systems that do this. And so you're not going to be sort of seeing anything here that should take you by surprise if you've done this before. But if you haven't done it before, really good opportunity. So anyways, and then also, excuse me, and we're deprecating, this is really important, we're deprecating the customer booked appointment trigger launching on Monday. We're just gonna have the appointment status trigger, so you can see that here, and a couple of notes. So cannot bulk update appointments. Users should be careful in selecting a recurring option. In the meeting, if the meeting location is Zoom or Google Meet, all the recurring appointments will have different meeting URLs, which makes sense. If you're dynamically creating the URLs, you wanna have them different for each meeting, right? So they should be dynamic for each meeting. So that kind of makes sense. Let's see here. Recurring appointments can only be booked for standard slots. For custom slots, users will not be able to book recurring appointments from the opportunities page. So that's really useful and interesting to know. So a lot of that stuff. So anyways, take a look. It's in labs, recurring appointments, live now. This is a huge feature. I'm sorry I've been going on for so long, but I think it's just super important to actually get this out. I know this is a big thing that people wanted. Now, we do have some other big calendar updates right around the corner, so do stay tuned. But I hope you're having an awesome Friday. And as always, if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.